So this is going to be your frog breathing drill. The goal of the exercise is to be able to open up your chest and the back of your hips at the same time. This is a very nice exercise if you have what we call a sway back posture, where your sternum is pointing down and your hips are tucked under you and shoved forward. So let's get into the exercise. There are two versions of this exercise that we can do depending on where you are. So first we're going to talk about the easier one, which is we're going to be hands elevated. Then we'll talk about working our way to the ground. Same positions, just slightly different. So in order to do this exercise, we need to be on the floor and we need to have something that's about hip height to be able to rest our elbows on. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to get my feet, or my knees rather, a little bit wider than hip width, shoulder width apart, so I can feel the inside part of my knees. So right here is good for me. And then I want to work onto my elbows where I can also feel the inside part of my elbow. I want to make a little diamond with my hands here. In this position, I'm heavy on the inside of my knees, my feet are touching together, I'm heavy on the inside of my elbows, my fingertips are touching together. I want to hinge my hips back a little bit, so I feel a very slight stretch in my glutes. Now from here, I want to think about keeping my spine from my head to my butt nice and long. So I'm thinking about reaching the crown of my head up and my hips back, creating this separation here. Now in this position, I'm going to slightly gently push a 2 or 3 out of 10 into my elbows and into my knees. Very softly, very important. I'm going to push myself away from the chair. And when I do that, I feel my shoulder blades separate and reach forward. Now this is the tricky part here. We don't want to reach so far that our chest bone, our sternum, crunches or slouches down. Very subtle reach here, keeping our spine in a relatively neutral position where we're not too round or too arched. So again, subtle push, feel those shoulder blades reach, but my chest is not working. And then I'm in my position. From here, I'm just going to take a silent inhale through my nose, open my mouth, and exhale all the air out. And when I do this, silent inhale in, I should feel my chest starting to get a stretch and maybe the back of my hips start to open up a little bit. These are going to be very subtle things that you feel. It's not going to be anything crazy. You'll hang out here for about 5 to 10 breaths. So this is the easier version. The more difficult version is simply doing it on the ground, which is going to get more air into your chest. So again, I set myself up, toes touching, feet, knees a little bit wider than shoulder width here, so I can feel the inside of my knees, arms wide. And then from here, I want to make sure that when I come forward, that my elbows are stacked underneath my shoulders. I'm not here. My back's in a nice neutral position. I can feel a stretch through my glutes. I'm going to push myself away so my shoulder blades can open up, but not to the point where I feel like my chest is working. I have a nice neutral spine where I'm not too rounded or arched, just neutral. I'm heavy on the inside of my elbows and my knees, and I'm breathing while keeping my head long and my butt long, reaching my head forward, reaching my butt back. Silent inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth, 5 to 10 breaths. So this is your frog breathing exercise.